Welcome back to TakeFive Sports. Today we are talking what actually started this channel in the first place, influencer boxing, and the scene has been quiet for the you know what? Let's be straight up. The scene's been dead.
Scene's been dead.
The scene died.
Y'all can say what you want. You can argue what you want about.
Try to reach for the grass for the straws.
These misfits cards. No one's watching. No one's really watching.
Nobody was paying
no disrespect to the fighters on there, but no one's watching it unless you got
the scene been dead. But out from the shadows, the nightmare himself emerges, and there are rumors that he is trying to step back into the ring with none other than one of the greatest potential boxers of our generation, retired football player Wayne Rooney.
Bro, I'm hearing there's two that we're hearing out the rumor right now. We're hearing Wayne, and we're hearing he said he wants Jake. That's like what he's aiming for this year. We don't know if that's true. I need the contract signed. I need the ink on the paper. I need to see that confirmed. So there's only one real option he should be choosing out of these two.
It's not two options. You got one. You fight Jake, or just stay out the ring.
Yeah.
Why are you fighting Wayne? Who wants this fight? Don't give me no, oh, he's a big star. He can bring eyes to Misfit. Bro, KSI could go versus the mailman. If the man's on the card, the pay-per-view's gonna sell out. So don't give me this whole like, oh, they need Wayne Rooney to sell shows. Bro, if you needed to sell shows, then use him for a smaller name. Use him for a card that doesn't have KSI. You don't need KSI and him to sell out the card. What I'm saying. Like what are we doing? It's just clown, bro. It's a clown situation.
KSI should not return to boxing unless he is fighting Jake Paul. And I'm telling you, like, this man does not need to come to boxing come back, because he has nothing else to really prove. The YouTubers, like, unless he's magically fighting Slim or somebody that's interesting, I don't think he should come back. But he's not fighting Slim, because he views Slim as beneath him. Yeah. He views all the other YouTubers as beneath him. He's not gonna. Tommy doesn't want to do a rematch because Tommy wants to go legit, but he wants to fight another random. So you don't come back to YouTube boxing because it does nothing for you unless you fight Jake, because that is the fight that everybody cares about.
That's the only fight.
That is the only fight that everybody cares about, because after that, it's done. The scene's done.
The scene's already done. Now.
Scene's already. You see how it is. The scene's already done. No one cares. Like, only people are gonna care if it's Jake and KSI. And I feel like even then they might have waited too long. I feel like even now people are kind of just like. It is what it is.
It's just like a bro. We just want to see the end of it.
Exactly.
It ain't even like a bro. Back then it was like I was dedicated. Like I felt like something was on the line for me to watch KSI go out there.
They should have made it happen last year or the beginning of this year to keep the hype going. Tommy just pretty much came in and killed the scene.
Yep.
This is why we don't.
The best guy.
This is why we don't. You shouldn't have actual boxers in an influencer boxing scene, because as soon as he comes in and starts beating all these guys, it's like him and I forget the other guy with Anthony Taylor or whatever his name. Yeah. He's beating all the good guys. He's an actual fighter. There's no point anymore because you lose the allure of influencer boxing because actual fighters are beating them. So what's the point now? But at least Jake is kind of going legit by versing these amateur boxers, building his way up. But when it comes to KSI, nobody cares about anybody else unless it's Slim. He's not gonna, like I said, he's not gonna fight Slim. So you have to fight Jake. And I don't even know if this is gonna get done.
Bro, the craziest part too is you have people trying to defend the Wayne Rooney one where they're like, I think it was True Jordy was even saying yo, apparently when he was growing up, he could have been a boxer, but he's just better at football, so he chose the football route. Bro, the guy's pushing what, bro? I think 40 or 50 or something like that. The man's never boxed. So bro, just because he used to do something, which he clearly wasn't as good at, which is why he didn't end up pursuing it. I'm not denying maybe he was great when he was 12. That doesn't mean 30 years later without throwing a punch, you're just gonna step in the ring. Stop trying to build it to something. Let's not pretend like it is something. Don't try to make it oh, this guy used to be this, used to be that. Bro, it's either he was a boxer or he isn't, and he's not. And he's retired. And bro, there's literally a video of this man, which I think I saw on Wade's channel, where it's bro, gets knocked out, nearly CTE'd on the floor off a random jab from his friend when he's sparring in their kitchen. And so don't try to even make it seem like it should be competitive. If KSI cannot finish that fight in under 5 seconds, that's a low-key embarrassment to KSI. That's no disrespect to Wayne Rooney.
This is what I was about to say too.
Players, football players ever. don't like.
This
stop.
is what I'm about to say too. Like, this is one of those fights where KSI has nothing to benefit from this fight, but everything to lose.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't at least KO him, TKO him,
at least
win
bro.
in a dominant fashion,
KO minimum.
you look ass. Like you look
Minimum.
trash. Like you're not taking the like obviously you don't want to go down the boxing career because you're not taking it seriously how Jake does when it comes to he actually wants to be a boxer. This is what his career is, so he's going down that path. You don't want to be a boxer like full time. You want to do whatever you're doing. So but doing this fight, it doesn't gain anything for you. It doesn't help you. It's like when you fought Speed. It's like, yeah, okay, it's fun, it's a little crossover, but you beat the hell out of Speed. Now what? Like we knew that was gonna happen. Like,
fam, if the man even gets a punch landed on him, I'm like, what was that? Like, why are you getting? Why
can you just get slept?
Why is it
Just
landing?
get
You know what I'm
slept.
saying? It's like the only way. Actually, no, it doesn't look good. I don't care if you beat him in like one punch. It literally, that's probably the expectation is that you knock him out in one punch. Anything after that first punch is gonna be like, damn, the fact that this guy's still in the ring is crazy.
If it goes past the first half, at the half of the first round, like
if it goes past that starting bell, it's actually like low-key sad.
you gotta knock him out. Like you generally have to knock him out.
I don't want to see the fight. I don't even want to see it happen. I do not care for it. I literally will not tune into it. I will wait for a Twitter clip to come out because I'm not watching that.
No, I'm not watching either. I generally would not pay money for that. I would not even sit down to watch it because it is a waste of my time. Even though KSI is one of my top YouTubers up there, one of my favorite guys to watch. I'm not watching that. Like, I don't care. It's a waste of his time. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of everybody theirs time. Like, I just don't, like, we gotta make a video one day on the downfall of Misfits. We have to.
The thing is too, bro. It's like it always comes off as like we're haters or something. We've literally been watching this scene because of KSI. And we've been fans of KSI, and that's the only reason why we even watched it.
Exactly. That's the only reason I care.
We sat here like 4 or 5 years ago, watched the first fight, and like now we're here now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not that we're haters. We want to see the guy win. To this day, if he versus Jake, I'm rooting for KSI. But like the point where we're at is like I'm never gonna get to see that fight.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I don't think like we're again like Wade tweeted about it. We're hearing rumors that he wants Jake, but he hasn't said anything outright himself. So again, I'm just chalking it up to rumors because we don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know if this fight's ever gonna get made. And if that's the case, this scene is dead. This scene is dead. It's right now. It's just dragging along, and
it's only lasting because like literally the only conversation is like what we do. Like where it's like every time you hear about it, you're like, oh yeah, but when's KSI fighting Jake?
Exactly. And all their stars, all their up and coming stars, got killed. Yep. Like Anthony Taylor beat Salt Poppy, killed his momentum. No one cares anymore. Slim, everyone's like Slim. He beat Salt Poppy. Give him that. But no one else wants to fight him. KSI doesn't want to fight him. And like I don't know if you watched that Wade video where he's like, when you're calling them out, you can't be like friends with them too, because he's like, yo, KSI, you're this, you're that, I want to fight you. Then he goes up to Mams Taylor and he's like, yo, I didn't mean that, but like we're not beefing or anything. Like how are you gonna build up a fight like that? Like,
bro.
Exactly.
We get it.
So and then Fuzi's gone. Deji
should be gone.
Deji doesn't train seriously. No one's trying to fight Alex Wasabi. Like I'm naming some of the known names in the scene right now. You know, what are those guys? I'm trying to remember. Not Alex Wasabi. Two guys that put on the actual really good fight last time.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about, right? Like that's what I'm saying. I don't even mean to disrespect them. I'm literally just blanking on their names. Dean the Great, and Willie Sharks. Yeah. Those guys.
Even Waleed, like yo, he lost like he
yeah,
took some
like
damage.
People are like, Waleed can bounce back from this.
But it's damage.
How can you?
And it's like, who do you verse?
How can you bounce back from this if no one to verse?
Yeah,
if there's no one to verse besides Dean. And
like,
Dean's out here challenging like Garcia, Tank, like Devin Haney. And Tank, bro.
Like y'all struggling with no disrespect, y'all struggling with like Anthony Taylor and shit. Like let's tone it like way back, bro.
And then
like,
you got this guy Anthony Taylor calling out like, I want to fight KSI next. He's not gonna fight you, bro. They're not. KSI is not gonna fight any of you. You guys need to realize this.
If it's not KSI Jake, just don't make it a fight.
Bro, like to all these fighters in the scene, KSI is not gonna fight you. I don't care how many times you call him out. I don't care how much money is on the line. He is not gonna fight you because he doesn't view you as worth his time. And y'all need to realize this. Anthony Taylor, Slim, whoever. I know you guys are beating everyone in your scenes right now. That doesn't mean anything to KSI. That doesn't. He doesn't have to do that. Like he doesn't. So I'm getting tired of them calling him out because there's no point to those call outs.
Yeah, it's stupid. You're
just
delaying the fight that we all want.
Exactly.
And you know what? Now it's time to talk. Now it's time to talk Jacob. This man has actually been active as hell.
Yeah.
I do like listen. I used to not like Jake at all. Like I used to be the biggest hater. I'll give him his credit.
Yeah.
This man has full on changed my opinion on it.
Listen, he's going.
Like, he has run the route. He is taking it so serious. You can't hate on the fact that he is actually putting in effort, and he's actually like putting respect to the game, like to the craft, and he's taking it serious. As much as you can, whether you hate him or love him, like I'm not a fan of him like that. I'll still root for KSI. But bro, give him the credit where it is literally deserved. This guy is putting in the work every time, putting on fights, putting other people on. The fact that even his next fight, he's going on the undercard to let like Amanda Serrano and stuff be the main event, to let them get like get their pay-per-view buys, get their money up and stuff too. You cannot hate on that. Like, that is just straight respect to that man.
Exactly, and he's taken the boxing amateur route of fighting amateurs. Yeah, he was fighting like the more high profile people at the beginning, like. But whatever, he's doing what he needs to do now. A lot of boxers stat their records with journeymen and whoever.
That's how you get
exactly
into
to get into the main event scene, and that's what they do. That's again not even just stat padding; it's getting experience, fighting different fighters, learning a bunch of new things. Yeah. So he's active right now. So at the moment, if you ask me, I'm telling you, I think Jake generally beats KSI.
Bro, and the thing is, at least he's fighting people that are boxers. Whether or not they're good or bad, at the end of the day, all people when they start in boxing, they start with these like padded records of like bad boxers. If KSI went on and did the same thing and versed bad boxers, no one's gonna fault that. The point is, at least he's versing people that you can give some form of credit to. You know what I mean? But granted, yeah, he's probably gonna go out there and beat them, but that's how you start, and then eventually you work your way up to get better.
You see, the main thing is KSI, like Jake is versing all these different people, right? His form is changing, his technique is changing, he's learning new things, picking up new things, he's getting the reps in. KSI, like, he believes that he can just come back in, do his thing, and then beat Jake. That's not how that works. KSI, you should know about
that. Already got exposed. Like, first of
exactly.
All. Like, the jumping jacks ain't work.
KSI preaches himself. You can't cheat boxing. You can't cheat boxing. Like, you can't just jump back in and just beat him magically. You know how hard work beats talent every single time. And Jake is putting in that hard work, not just training for if you guys were to have a fight. He's versing other people. He's versing southpaws. He's versing orthodox. He's versing or facing whoever. He's seeing all these different challenges. And you're like the Michael Venom page, the arms up and down. It's like it's not. I don't think it's gonna cut it this time,
and the
bro.
thing is, like, I don't want to see this guy just come in the ring and verse Jake and then get stuck.
Yeah,
bro. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still gonna root for KSI.
Yeah, I'm rooting for KSI all the way.
I'm rooting for KSI. But as of this point right now, if that's how he's gonna come out, it ain't gonna happen.
It's not gonna work because Jake is probably gonna beat this upcoming fight he has, and then he's gonna go on to the next opponent, and he says he's open to KSI whenever he wants that KSI fight. But if KSI doesn't want it, like, you can't come back and be like, I beat Jake. How do we know that? You can't just say that because he's active, you're not. Simple as that.
Like, sure, this is gonna sound like glazing, but I'm not even trying to freaking glaze right now. Bro, like, people like to come at Jake a lot and be like, yo, oh, like, why don't you fight actual boxers, this, that. When he fights actual boxers, or you fought a scrub. When he fights like retired UFC mans, whatever. Bro, if you took away the name Jake Paul, and this was just some random like 26-year-old that versed those exact same resume, people would be looking like, holy shoot, this is like a prodigy.
He's upcoming.
He's a prodigy. This, that. The thing with Jake is, like, because of his cockiness, like, that's why people want to see him lose and stuff. But if you took all that aside and just looked at the journey he's been on, that's actually insane to have done what he's done in the 3 or 4 years in boxing. So to act like, yo, we keep trying to put him on this, like, I know he puts himself on that pedestal, but like, I never say like, oh, he's gonna be a world champ like next week or something. Yeah. But like, obviously not good enough to fight Canelo and stuff. But to discount like the things he's done, like to say like, oh, no, all he did was beat Nate Diaz, all he did was beat like Anderson Silva. But like, at the end of the day, he still beat them. Granted, yes, it's an older version of them, but like, he's been doing it for 4 years. Like, to come in and do that in 4 years is still actually insane. And it's not like Nate Diaz has been like, he's still a fighter. Same with like Anderson Silva, still one of the greatest all time. Legit came off a dub in boxing before Jake versed him. So like, it's not to say that he's versing like absolute scrubs or like taxi drivers like that people like to make it out to be. But it's like, that's what I mean though. It's like, if that's the route he's going and KSI wants to be serious about it, you gotta get serious to a certain degree. At least, even if it's a no-name person, versus someone that has some form of experience. Because you saw what happened with Tommy Fury. It didn't work. You
Exactly.
tried to say everything, and Tommy clearly wasn't even that good because this man struggled with him. And to be honest, I don't know if Jake will have the same struggle. Maybe the fight will look identical, just worse in terms of like they'll just end up hugging each other.
Listen,
But
if
as
Tommy
of right now,
were
the
to
odds are better for
if Tommy
Jake.
were to face an actual skill boxer like Vidal,
Yeah. Oh, but it's sleeping.
and that's why he's ducking
Sleeping.
Vidal. That's why he's ducking Vidal. He's like, oh, it's not a pay fight. It's not a
Bro,
money
he
fight.
needs to make a leap. The thing is, at least with Jake, is like you've seen the progression in like he sets up shots. His defense got a little bit better. His thinking, bro, even Vidal, when you do the comparison, who did you say is better right now? He said Jake. We get it. You have the power, that one punch thing. We saw that one punch. I always said this, bro. Every single video you can go back. I always said, what happens when that punch lands and it doesn't knock them out? What do you do after that?
Yeah,
Nothing. There was
Exactly.
nothing.
exactly.
You had the overhand right, and there was nothing.
He hit the
after
overhand
that.
right too, and nothing happened.
So there needs to be a drastic change. Because if you come in doing that same thing every single time,
but can
bro,
Jake take the overhand right?
well, bro, at this point, like I don't know if he can take it or not. But the point is, like if that's all you're gonna rely on, you can't. Like there has to be some form of progression, bro. Because at least with Jake, they've been doing it the same amount of years now. We've seen one person go from absolutely nothing to like some form
To
of skill
grow,
that
yeah.
looks kind of legit when he's in the ring. With KSI, yeah, he's been knocking people out. I'm not denying the power, bro. He's still great. I'm still gonna root for him. But something has to change, bro. You can't be doing jumping jacks and an overhand right. That cannot be your game.
You know what I want to see though? What is it? What I generally want to see, I want to see Jake get in the octagon because he signed that
Yeah.
PFL contract, right?
Yeah.
That contract, right? But that's a discussion for
That's a
another
different
day.
game, bro.
But when it comes to KSI, Jake, we don't know if it's gonna happen. The influencer scene is like in the water drowning. Wade's over there like trying to make the best
We're
that he
we're
can.
about to end up in that KSI compilation.
Bro,
of
but
people
put
that-
me in the compilation, bro. If I'm in
It's
the
like, I want to
compilation,
see you win.
Put me in the compilation.
I
Put me
want
in the
to see
compilation.
you. The thing is, I want to see him win.
Exactly.
And that's why
If
I
I'm in
want
the
to see a
compilation,
good fight.
that means he won.
That means he
That-
won.
that means he
so
won.
like, comment in my comments after and be like, yo, I thought he was gonna lose. As of
Yeah,
right now,
yeah.
if they're gonna come in with the star jumps and the overhand right, I do think he's gonna lose, bro. So if he comes on and it's not that and he actually wins, like prove us wrong, bro. I want to be
Exactly,
proven
I wanna
wrong.
be proven
like,
wrong.
man's act like I don't want to be proven. Like
You
I
guys-
want him to
you guys-
lose or
you
something.
guys will come
like
in
I
here,
tuned
like-
in. Like we bought all
The
those
K-
fights because I
the
wanted
KSI
him to
riders
lose.
will come in here and be like, oh, we wanted him to lose. No, I'm happy just as you
I
are.
want
Like,
him to win, bro. But it's like the fact of the matter is, I'm tired of wasting time every
Facts,
like
facts.
saying the same thing 30 times, and
Exactly.
and the man saying every week, it's different this time. I'm on a different level. I'm knocking people in sparring. After the fight, man said, I never actually dropped anyone in sparring. So then, bro.
yo, he's not serious.
Like, let's
He's
stop the
not-
cap. Then
that
why are we
guy-
lying? You're lying
that
to
guy is
yourself.
not
You're not even
serious.
lying to us at this point. You're lying to yourself. And like, yo, something gotta change.
But yeah,
It is what it
man.
is.
Like, we'll keep y'all updated again on if anything changes, if any fights get announced too. Like, I know the actual boxing fights, the actual boxing world is on fire right now.